Hi, I'm Dr. Bhawisha Joshi, and I'm going to talk to you today about how stress affects you and how homeopathy can help you with your stress levels. Let's take a simple example of a presentation that you have to make on a Monday morning. Let's say you're tensed about it, you're very anxious, you surely want to put in your best. You know that there are 5 competitive people who are with you, and you have to do better than all those 5 rivals at your office. And though you put in your level best, what happens on a Saturday? Let's look at the scenario on Saturday evening. Yeah? You have worked enough on your presentation, all your slides, your flash presentations, everything is ready, and yet you have a kind of a feeling, a kind of an anxiety in the stomach. Yeah? You don't feel so well. You're feeling anxious. You're also feeling nervous, and all you can think about is a Monday morning presentation. Your wife or your girlfriend or your friends say, let's go out and party on Saturday, but you're not in a mood to party because you're so much obsessed with the Monday morning presentation. On Sunday morning, you get up with a headache and you kind of feel very groggy or heavy, and you don't feel like spending the rest of Sunday in any other way except in bed. And then you also open up your laptop and then you're rerunning through the presentation, you're working around it, you're thinking of different scenarios, what's going to happen on Monday. So you spend the rest of your Sunday also working or thinking or pondering about your presentation. Now let's take a look at Monday morning scenario. What happens on Monday morning is that you're really anxious. At this time, you are also working on all gas cylinders. Yeah, you're really working very hard, you're thinking about it, you are well prepared, but yet at the same time there's a kind of a sinking feeling in your stomach. There's a kind of a palpitation. You can almost feel your heart beating. You have to go to the toilet a couple of times before you can actually get out of home. In the car, you're thinking constantly about the presentation. When you actually get there, you've probably prepared much better than all the 5 rivals who are also going to make a presentation. And you do your best, but at the same time, you can feel that your hands are sweaty. You can feel that your voice was shivering. You can feel that you could have done 100%, but you somewhere could only manage 90%. Part of that 10% was lost because you were somehow so anxious that you forgot some of the details that you had to mention. So you did a good job, but you did not do as good as what you expected yourself to do. And also, once you've finished the presentation, then you're totally exhausted. Then you come home and then your tummy is not responding so well. You kind of have to go to the toilet a couple of times. You have a diarrhea. You don't feel like eating much. You just go down and you get into bed and then you say, I'm so exhausted for the next 2 days. So the scenario that I explained to you is what happens on a daily basis for a stressed out individual. Now, when this happens on a regular basis, when you have presentations every Monday morning or every week or every month, your body is constantly following, or your body is constantly in this pattern of feeling anxious, feeling nervous, having palpitations, having a upset stomach, and after the presentation feeling completely drained and exhausted. When your body goes through, say, a year or 6 months or 8 months of this pattern, you then end up developing irritable bowel syndrome, which is nothing but constipation and diarrhea all the time, alternating with each other. Or you develop severe acidity, or you slowly in a couple of years develop hypertension or ischemic heart diseases. How do we break this pattern? Let's say you take homeopathy, and then we understand what is stressing you out. We understand your personality. We understand what's going on behind you or within you. Once we give you homeopathy, after having understood your personality type very clearly, very precisely, we give you medicine. And then what happens in the next scenario is absolutely thrilling. After homeopathy, you still have a presentation on a Monday morning. But because your anxieties have been taken care of, you go through your Saturday, you still are relaxed, you can take an evening out. On Sunday, you do work on your presentation, but it's not bothering you, it's not burdening you. It's not the only overwhelming thing that's going on in your mind 24 hours. You probably go for a swim, you relax, or you play tennis, or you go for a walk with your friends. You are relaxed, you do have a look at your entire presentation, and then Monday morning, you've woken up fresh because you've had a very good sleep over the weekend. You're not going to the toilet 10 times. You're in fact more confident, you are more settled, you're more at peace with yourself. And when you reach the office to make a presentation, you have your 5 rivals besides you, they are making their presentations, you're also listening to what they are saying because you're not anxious, you're more confident about yourself. You take in the positive things that they say as well, you're more tolerant of what they are doing. And then when it's your turn to put forth your presentation, you make a superb presentation. You do it very confidently, you can give in your 100% this time because you're not anxious, you're not sweating, you're not trembling, you're not tired and exhausted. Your mind is absolutely fresh and relaxed. At the end of the presentation, you've done a wonderful job and you go back home not drained and exhausted like the previous scenario, but you actually go back home feeling happy, feeling like a winner, feeling you've achieved what you wanted to, and you're already ready to work on the next presentation. Naturally, you are not going to develop acidity or irritable bowels or hypertension or any of those because you are in a completely positive state of mind. So not only does homeopathy help you with your immediate problems, it also helps you with problems, or it also helps you prevent problems in the future. But most important of all, it helps you to achieve your targets. It helps you to be a more successful, confident, and a happy personality.